I'm Craig Greenberg. This is the Concert for Chile that I decided to put on based on what happened with the earthquake down there. I lived down in Concepcion, Chile years ago and actually got my start as a performer down there. So with all there were a lot of benefits that went on for Haiti recently, and when the Chile earthquake happened, I decided that I was kind of in a unique position, being that I lived in New York now, but got my start down there, and especially in Concepcion, which was the city that was worst hit. So that's when I decided to do something, and here we are today.
How did you feel when you heard the news about the earthquake?
I was very shocked. I was actually down in Florida at my folks' place, and my first thought was just all my friends, because right when the news started coming in, I immediately saw that Concepcion was the town that got hit the worst. So I immediately went on Facebook and emailed all my friends, because I still have a lot of friends down there. One of my good friends who I grew up with still lives down there. Like he was the reason I went down there. He was an American guy. So I just basically reached out to all my friends there, and literally the thing that, it literally took about 10 days before I heard from everybody, because like a lot of the communication lines were down, people didn't have access to the internet. So it was a nervous time for me, because I had a lot of friends there. So.
What will the money do in Concepcion? What do you hope it will do?
Well, the fund is AmeriCares for Chile. I mean, I thought about initially just doing it specifically for Concepcion, but I figured Concert for Concepcion might not, Chile's already not the most known about country in general. It's like one of these places that people have heard of, but they don't necessarily know much. So I decided to do it more just the Concert for Chile. But the fund is for relief and development. So I mean, the biggest stuff that went on down there was just the destruction of roads and bridges and buildings. So it's a lot of infrastructure stuff. So that's what the money will be going towards.
Can you talk a little bit about getting the acts to participate?
Yeah, the first acts I contacted were my friend Jerry Joseph and Jonas Smith. They're both amazing songwriters, and they're both guys I really admire, who been around a little longer than I have doing this, and they're both also have been involved with various causes over the years. So those are the first two guys I invited, and then when I got them on board, that's actually when I went to talk to Pete Shapiro, who runs Brooklyn Bowl, owns Brooklyn Bowl, and mentioned it to him that I was putting on this benefit, and he offered me, once I told him who I had involved, he offered me Brooklyn Bowl to use on the spot, and that's how it came to be. So,
what are your expectations for this event tonight?
Just to have a good show. I mean, and get people here, and raise a little bit of awareness. I mean, a lot of people know what happened, so I'm not really trying to like educate people. That's not really my place. I mean, I want to make them aware, but I really want them to have a good show, and also, just to feel like they're giving to something that whether they're personally. I mean, we're hoping to have a lot of people from the Chilean community in New York here, but other people aside from that. I mean, whether they're connected to it or not, they'll see me, they'll realize that I have some real connection there, and they'll feel that, and hopefully that'll give them some sense of what happened, and also motivation to contribute to the raffle and donate. And so.
Do you want to talk about some of the companies that contributed? Or
we got a bunch of good contributors. We got a bunch of the Chilean local businesses, Pomaire, Puro Chile, Barros Luco. I went to actually a benefit, another benefit for Chile that happened last week, and I met an amazing amount of people. That a lot of them are coming today, and they were all so helpful in promoting this. I mean, that's the thing about. I mean, one of the reasons I also wanted to put this on was because the people there were so giving and generous to me when I was there that it just, I felt like I needed to give something back, and just how it came together here with just the people in New York. It's just like you meet them and they just welcome you, and it's just like it's amazing. So they've been so generous and helpful. And, they got one of us got them, I guess, on the Chilean consulate website. We got an interview for the main newspaper in Concepcion, El Sur. So it's really been that was actually one of my big goals, was to kind of combine because I'm in the music scene here in New York, but I have a connection to that world, and try to like link those two and bring out the Chilean community here, and my musician friends, and put on a great show. You know, that was a big part of it too, because I just thought it would be good.
Anything else?
That's about it. If people want to check out, we still have the blog spot up where we have more info, which is www.theconcertforchile.blogspot.com.